Hi, everybody. I'm 40 and I just want to do something better for my family. So right now the market is quite bad. Everyone's struggling and including us, to be honest. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be unscripted. Everything's going to be very raw, and I'm just going to do some cuts in between to shorten certain sections to keep that entertaining. And I have autism, so bear with me. I might be stuttering and doing weird things. Anyways, so what am I doing? For those who are following me, I have been investing in real estate for some time now, for about 20 years. So that didn't come easy at all. I had lots of struggles in the early years. I came from a theater background, so I was a starving artist. I saved as much as I could during my early years, and I was able to purchase a property, my first property, with my girlfriend. And we were able to sell it a couple years later, take the proceeds and roll it into more properties. But unfortunately, we've made a couple of errors, one of it being over-leveraged. And when interest rates increased, obviously the debt payments increased. So that's how a lot of investors are struggling that way. Basically, we buy property and then it increased in value. We take the equity from there. We use it as a down payment to buy property B. So now property B has to pay for the loan in property A as well as the loan for property B. So we're paying for those two mortgages. And the rent obviously has a threshold. The rents can't go up that high as your debt increases. I think looking back at it again, we should have done the equity route, but that's for a different story. So our situation, it's not the best. What I want to do is to make sure that we can get at least $1 million in profit. I've ran several businesses in the past, but they all earn less than $1 million a year. So I want to hit that target. That's our next step. The reason why I want to get into another business is because I want to make sure, something's in my throat, I want to make sure that our family is prepared for the future, for any market volatility. I want to make sure that our kids are prepared. My wife and I can travel around the world without worrying about finances. We can travel in private jets, yachts, living the high life essentially, and not worry about any finances, and have nurses and drivers and pilots take care of us in the future. I think it's easier to go down in lifestyle than to go up. So what I want to do right now is to set up our lifestyle so that we are very comfortable. It's very hard to reach the top, but if we choose not to live that lifestyle, it's very easy to come back down. So that's my thinking anyways. And for the kids, I want to make sure that they can manage a business. Hopefully, if that's what they're into. I don't know if they're into that or not, but if they are, hopefully they can manage a business. They can lead and be great leaders in society, and also hire great people, hire smart people, have intelligent people work alongside with them to solve problems. I also want to give back to my community in the future when we make it, essentially, because it's just one of the things that I wanted to do. So how I'm going to do this is start another business. And how I'm going to do that, because right now we're struggling. Again, like I said, the interest rates increased. We're borrowing a lot of capital in order to pay for all this debt. It's not fun. But in a couple years, if we're just hanging in there, the market will shift. We don't know when, but the market will shift. As soon as that happens, we're going to exit on a couple properties, and we're going to take the proceeds and start a new business. And that business is going into the debt fund. So let's say that fund will have a lot of investors. They pool money, they pool their capital together. I want to raise $100 million in 10 years, whether I do that or not. I'm not sure, but I have to try, right? So if I can raise that much capital and we take different fees, the fund will take different fees. For example, 2% lender fee, and then we take interest on top of the mortgages that we lend out. So think about it, $100 million and 2% lender fee. That's quite substantial for a company. And then all the employees would obviously get paid. And then our family would be in a better situation. That's what I want to do in the future. And that's how I'm going to solve the problem that I currently have, that I want to hit that $1 million profit per year for our family. And a lot of things will change when we do that. So if you want to do the same thing, if you search the topic on wealthiest people, Forbes says that the wealthiest people has earned their wealth through owning a business. So whether you start or buy a business, I think that is the best way to reach your dream. Starting a business is really tough. If you're middle-aged like I am, and if you have a bit of capital, it's better that you buy the business because it would take less time to, let's say it takes this much time to start from, this is where you start. You're going to start the business here. And then this is the result that you want to reach. If you're buying the business, you're probably going to start right in the middle. So it's quicker for you to reach the end goal. But if you don't have capital and you're in your early 20s or you're very young, if you don't have capital, you got to start from the beginning, but you have time. So that plays out better for you. And you also get to learn as well. So if you are going to do that route, if you are going to start a business, I would follow someone that has done what you want to accomplish. And I would read a lot about personal finance, business, leadership, management. For instance, I don't know anything about funds, about fund management. So I'm speaking to a lot of people about it. And I'm also reading this book. It's about hedge funds. At the library, I couldn't find anything that was related to my topics. The closest one I found was that. But when I started reading it, it seems very similar. The structures and everything. I've never started a debt fund before, so obviously when it comes time, I would speak to my lawyer that would form the company, that would write the memorandum. I would connect with my administrator, my primary broker, and my accountant, and then take it from there. And then I would probably do the marketing aspects of my business. So again, if this is something that you want to do, if you want to change your family's life and direction, and you want to get to the next level, whatever it may be, maybe for you it's $10 million a year. For us, it's just going to be $1 million a year, and then we'll see what happens from there, from that point onward. But if you have that will, I think anyone can do this. And I think the best thing is to start your own business. That way you have full control of everything. You have control of who to hire, what business to get into, the expenses that you want to pay, and you never have to work for anyone or risk getting fired. I just wanted to shed that light with you. Those are my thoughts about business and society. And if you're stuck in a rut similar to I am, maybe it's time to take a step back and reconsider that maybe it's time to start a business. Who knows? But anyways, if you like this content, be sure to watch my next video here. Thank you.